Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law, and you're watching another Indianapolis Colts film room. Now, we're going to do this in a little bit different way, a different type of format. It's going to be a lot of stills rather than any kind of running film in hopes that the NFL does not claim the copyright to this and take the monetization away from me. But I'm going to tell you what, I am going to ask you to please smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed, tag that notification bell so that you are notified next time we go live or upload a video. Now, let's get to it. Now, here's a play, starts the game off, where this edge right here, he legitimately has a chance to completely blow this play up just because of what they plan on doing. All right, because this is a trap. This is the left side trap, right? The guard, right guard, is going to pull, come over, take care of him while everybody else crashes down towards the right. And now Jonathan Taylor is over here on the left side. He's going to motion to the right, keep an eye on the linebackers. The idea is to try to shift these linebackers over a little bit, but it never happens, okay? They do not move. Not a single one of them changes their position, which is fine. You know, it does leave little extra bodies over here right in the run lane, but let's keep an eye on what happens, because this guy right here is the one we're worried about. Post snap, the next day, 2020, right? Because under normal circumstances, with this, the only guy that's unblocked is right here, where Jonathan Taylor's running up, and all he'd have to do is make one guy miss, and he'd be homeward bound, okay? But as the ball is snapped, the great thing about this play is you can see right away the right guard's, that's quick. He changes, gets that 1 foot up, turns, and begins coming this way. Michael Pittman is going to step around, let him come in. He's going to come up here and whack a safety. But again, this guy's going to come unblocked. But the idea is Jonathan Taylor's going to beat him from the handoff around the edge. Again, a safety. This is a blitz, right? It's a safety blitz. And somehow, the handoff is there. He's expecting something else. He's coming in. You got the guard getting ready to crash down. There's your stunt, man, right? Now, as you can see, because it's a stunt, Braden Smith can't follow. You got your right guard who's going to try to squeeze through here, get an arm just to slow him down a little bit. Braden Smith, the only person he can really block is the safety blitz guy. So I think he's going to come back, try to help on him a little bit. But that defensive end, he's coming right through here. Jonathan Taylor's got really good vision. He sees him coming through the hole. Again, like I said, once Michael Pittman hits this, Taylor's supposed to have a lane right behind Pittman. Right behind Pittman, right up to him, where he could juke him either left or right and just go to the house. Okay? This is under normal circumstances, this is a home run hit if everyone blocks right and Jonathan Taylor makes one guy miss. Just one guy. The problem is he's not supposed to be where he's at, right in the middle. That stunt completely stops everything. Everything. He's supposed to be blocked off over here somewhere. Jonathan Taylor's like, nah, dog, I'm going to juke you straight out of your shoes and continue moving forward. Now, he doesn't get, and then goes right back to the hole that he was supposed to be at, right? Still picks up quite a bit of yardage on a good run that was blown up due to a safety blitz with a stunt. Great job by the offensive line and Jonathan Taylor to make that play work, even though the Broncos, they were in their bag this game. 75% blitz percentage on defensive snaps for them. All right, they were all over. They were doing twists and stunts and blitzes and everything the entire game to try to confuse the offensive line. The offensive line still did a fantastic job. The Indianapolis Colts offensive line is so good. Okay. First off, you got to remember the defensive line for this team. You got Benito, you got Allen, you got all these guys across the defensive line for Denver that is just very good pass rushers, let alone the fact that they blitzed 74% of the time. And it took me a second to find one play, where there wasn't a blitz going on. Well, what does this offensive line do against non-blitz? Now, it looks like we got a corner blitz coming off the edge here, but he ends up backing off. I want to show you what happens on this pass play when there's only 4 guys coming. What kind of time, what kind of protection does number 17 have? Well, the ball's hiked. Immediately, these guys step back. You got a double team over here. One-on-one. 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 Do I see anyone getting in there? No? Oh, look at the pocket, dude. Look at this guy could sit down and take a nap if he so wanted to. He's got guys to throw to, off the screen, on the screen. They're just this is hunky-dory land. All right? Daniel Jones died and went to Colts heaven after he left the New York Giants. You can't ask for a cleaner pocket. This is what happens. This is why they blitz so much. They could not get any pressure sending just 4 guys. They had to send multiples, 5, 6 guys at a time in order to overloads, in order to get to Daniel Jones. Because Daniel could just sit there and just pick them apart. And he was doing his job. This is like a 2.5 seconds before he releases this football. He was still doing his part in pass protection and making sure that the ball is released on time so that the offensive line doesn't have to sit there and do it forever. Ends up being a completion out on the edge to Adonai Mitchell, who makes a fantastic diving catch with a guy over his back. This offensive line had a lot of people worried with second-year guard and a second-year center. But those guys are playing solid, studly football right now for the Indianapolis Colts. In the NFL, numbers mean a lot, all right? And when it comes to numbers, this is the problem with blitzing. If you blitz a lot, that means you're leaving your coverage team a little short-handed, right? There's somebody out there that's probably not going to be covered as well as if we didn't blitz. And here, also, as I showed you on the first trap, Jonathan Taylor. They ain't paying attention to Jonathan Taylor's motion. As you can see, Jonathan Taylor, he's getting ready to take off down the side. There he goes. Down the line. No one followed him. Ball snapped. And you got a 5-man rush coming. Now, the beautiful thing about this 5-man rush, look. He's looking downfield. He's looking, what am I looking at? He's looking straight downfield. But he knows in the back of his head where every route on the field is going. And when your guys can legitimately give you this kind of pass blocking, right? Look at that. Look at that pocket. Oh, my goodness. Even Quentin Nelson's got his guy pushed across the freaking line of scrimmage. All right, beautiful pocket here. And Jonathan Taylor wide open on the swing route right here. Where in which, of course, Daniel Jones finds him. Lays it out in front of him so he doesn't even have to really slow down, catch the ball, run, and go. And just go. Wow, what a play. All because the offensive line was able to pick up the blitz themselves, 5-on-5, and hold a gorgeous pocket in order to give their quarterback whatever he needs to be successful. Now, no, not everybody's perfect, okay? We had problems here. I mean, Daniel Jones did get sacked once in this game. So, things happen. There was tackles for losses in this game. on the running back or on Daniel Jones when, he designed keeper on a naked bootleg. No one is perfect. Now, that being said, when you got young guys, even veterans, sometimes you're just not going to do the right thing because the defense, those guys across from you, they're professionals too. They get paid to get past you and get to the football. And on this play, number 40 right here is going to come on a blitz, but he's hiding that blitz. He's not showing that, but you see he's sitting there with his hands on his knees. That is fantastic job of not tipping his hat that he's coming in this play. However, when the ball is snapped, as my guy Donald Thomas has told me many, many a times, you block from the inside out. You let the guy furthest away from you go. Because you don't want a direct shot at the quarterback. Who has the direct shot at the quarterback? It's always if there's a nose tackle, it's a nose tackle. You cannot let a 300-pound nose tackle have a free reign run at your quarterback. Period. End of discussion. Now, when this ball is snapped, 99 fakes outside and then cuts back right in front of the right guard. And as you can see, the ball is snapped and 40's getting ready to take off, but he's waiting for 99 to make his move. Now, the center sees 99 coming, completely freaking ignores the nose tackle. You cannot do that. You absolutely cannot, because it's a straight line. It's like a runaway train right at your quarterback. You cannot let that kind of stuff happen. 71 should have at least came out and put hands on him before coming off on the 40. There's time. There's room. All right. Obviously he's staring at him. He sees him coming. But you at least got to put hands. Give your center a little bit of help. All right. 98. Look, I don't know. Maybe the center thought Quentin Nelson had 93. But that, again, not the case. Quentin Nelson's just got hands out. He's kind of, this is a zone blocking scheme, right? Zone block. That's what this is. There's nothing fancy about it. Whoever comes into your area, you put hands on him. And in a blitz like this, that kind of hurts. Especially when you have a guy who's kind of cutting inside off of the guy that normally blocks him. So now you got a free run by 93 straight up at the quarterback. Now, fantastically, Daniel Jones gets rid of this daggone football. As you can see, he throws around 93, trying to hit Josh Downs across the middle through that little opening right there. But you cannot, under no circumstances, let a nose tackle have a runaway train shot at your quarterback. Sometimes you have so many different blocking schemes that you just overcomplicate things. Okay? Especially when it comes to a team that just blitzes so often. I think this is going to be my last clip right here. Look. When you're coming across a team that blitzes an awful lot, sometimes you just don't want to have too many people moving back and forth around because people are just going to be in your way. Now, this play not only turns out for the positive, but turns out to be a monster play. And it's mainly because people are doing their job, and you got guys on this field that are just really, really good at what they do. Okay. Now you're going to have Pittman crashing, and you're going to have Tyler Warren, who is going to do a crash block on the nose tackle, ladies and gentlemen. The nose tackle. Tyler Warren. Now he doesn't get much. He just gets a little chip, but that's all it takes. Jonathan Taylor, of course, is Jonathan Taylor. And all you need to do is give that man a seam, and he's gone. All right? He can make the first guy miss, and once he does that, we've seen it too many times. Baltimore, Denver last year, the New England Patriots, right? But let's watch. My goodness, this ball is snapped. And as you see, the center, again, completely ignoring 93. 93 is completely ignored as he's coming out here to get to the linebacker, okay? This guy's sealed off. This guy's sealed off. Here comes Tyler Warren to hit 93. And, you know, you got the wide receiver here coming down to crash down on top of him. Watch Warren at the last second, because 93 is like, oh my goodness, I have a big old swallow for a monster loss. And then Tyler just gets in there. Tyler came in just the last second to where 93 had to go around him, right? Didn't have to actually get much, just a little chip. Just that little chip is all it took. Right there, see? Jonathan Taylor gets around. Pittman pushing his guy. Nice little block. So now Taylor's open. He's got a guy. He's got to make a guy miss, right? He's got to make a guy miss, and he's got the open lane. This should have been blown up multiple times because of too much movement across the line. Too many guys pulling, too many traps, too many everything, right? And you had 5 guys from the jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the line coming in, all right? And you got all these guys, you know, doing all this movement and stuff. It's amazing that Jonathan Taylor makes this cut, that inside and then cut back outside, and then it's off to the races. And then it's off to the races. Sometimes you just get lucky. Sometimes you just get a guy who is just, oh my goodness, amazing. And when you have a guy like Jonathan Taylor who could do that to a defense, that helps your offensive line out. That means that, you know what, your offensive line doesn't have to play perfect every freaking snap. He can make a guy miss when he needs to once in a while. And if he's able to do that, look out, right? He's going to take it 60-some yards down the field. But Tony Sperano and Shane Steichen put way too much movement on the blocking scheme. And I get it. I understand. That way the defenders don't know where the blocks are coming from. I get that. But you just got to, sometimes when there's blitzes, the simpler the better when it comes to blocking schemes. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tag that notification bell so that you are notified next time we go live or upload a video. And until next time, as usual, I'm Lawrence Owen. This is Colts Law, and I want you to have a good one.